up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back for another review. And again, we're going to jump directly into this week, you feel me? As some things that I missed over this past weekend was Nicki Minaj. She dropped a couple freestyle tracks, and I wanted to dedicate a show specifically to this, to analyze them and all of that, man. And I'm not going to give it a ranking or anything like that, dude, because I'm never entertained by freestyle tracks unless you are taking them and doing something unique and different with it. Like, I'm more here for the original music, or if you're going to take an instrumental, flip it up to a point that no one else can do it the way that you doing it, man. And she's not doing that on either track, man, so it's not all that entertaining, especially when the bars ain't all the way there, but yet it is somewhat entertaining enough to analyze them. Like, take that Barbie Gone Bad, where this is the most lyrical of the freestyles that she did, where this was on top of the Drake and Meek Mill beat, where that was specific. Because when you listen in on the things that she's saying, she's talking about how old boy and her brother came together to destroy her. And that's like shots at Meek Mill and Drake, and hence the song where that's them together on the track the first time in a very long time to squash beefs and all of that stuff. Now, nobody really knows what exactly happened here. All people know is that, okay, they quit following each other on Instagram, and that's Drake and Nicki Minaj, and then you're seeing like shots being fired. Before the whole Scorpion album came out, there was a part in the video where Scorpion got broken apart. Quiet as it's been kept, man, we'll probably never know exactly what's going on here. Like, that should have been got leaked out, but it is what it is. Not a tremendous bar or anything to be said here, but yeah, she's just getting stuff off of her chest. Much like how she's talking about how the radio been blackballing her, in which it all came down to her beef that she had, quote unquote, with DJ Self, I believe his name is, where Nicki Minaj came out specifically saying, okay, this guy is beefing with her because she didn't give him a hug. Now, I don't believe her story all the way because, you know, everybody has their own variation of what's going on in her. But yet, what recently happened was DJ Envy saying why he decided to blackball Nicki Minaj, as he specifically said that he's not playing any Nicki Minaj songs because of that, but yet they squashed their beef, so he's willing to start playing records and stuff again. And that's kind of whack, just like how Charlamagne said that is whack. I mean, that's what these DJs and all that, everybody gets in their feelings and then choose sides, and then they try to mess up individuals' careers and all of that stuff, man. Like, that's just stuff that comes along with the game, and it's somewhat meaningless. That's something whack to do to anybody. But some of my more favorite bars off this track was when she said, got the neck tat that says Anika, and I got more slaps than Aretha. As that's her pretty much saying that she got more records that hit the Billboard chart than Aretha Franklin, and that's like a record that she did set. But then the whole neck tat, that's Anika, like, that's her getting her name tatted on her new man and stuff. And that's rather whack of him to do that. You feel me? Like, he's playing it up so much that he's messing with Nicki Minaj. Like, he's borderline, like, becoming a chump, letting her walk completely over him. But it is what it is. I ain't mad at you. Just, I would never get no chick tatted on my neck, dog. And another bar that I liked is how she said that she was in the court. No J's and B's. That was slick because this is her talking about being in the courtroom for Meek Mill and going into the judge to change their mind to go ahead and give him probation when he messed up. But yet, directly referencing the fact that Jay-Z and Beyonce be courtside at a whole bunch of basketball games. That was easily the dopest bar out of both of these tracks that she released. And then the next freestyle track was that Barbie drip, where that's Gunna and Lil Baby, as they did like a mixtape a little while ago. Like, she's taking that instrumental, man. And again, not a huge fan of the instrumental path that people be taking, because I never sit up and listen to somebody else's track and be like, you know who would sound good on that? Nicki Minaj. I think Nicki Minaj would kill that track. Well, she absolutely didn't, especially on this one, as she's pretty much not talking about much. She's all but just doing like stunning on you bars but yet none of them is like hot punchlines. And she has just a few moments up in there saying how she always prayed to have a doorman. Now she's toning down all these endorsements and stuff. As that's a straight up shot at Steve Madden, because Steve Madden came out and said that Nicki Minaj, you're lying that I ever gave you an endorsement deal. And you toned it down and all that, but yet she proved it on Queen's Radio that she did get it, and he was the one that was overtly lying. And then she did like a little wordplay of Lil Baby and Gunna to Baby as the #1 stunner and Lil Wayne and all that stuff. As the wordplay was a little decent, but it wasn't nothing amazing, but that was by far the second best bar that she had. Outside of that, she was just talking about these clothes that she got, that if you say you got them, you really don't have the same ones. Stuff like that, that's really not entertaining. Overall, man, what you can take from this is the fact that she's back recording, she's back making music and all of that stuff. As she said in one track, how the labels want her to drop her single or stuff for the next go round. And I guess she's kind of close to it, but yet she specifically said that, you know, radio is blackballing her, so she didn't want to do it, yet she's trying to bubble up again. But we'll see where it goes from here, man. Now, you really didn't miss anything if you missed both of these tracks that she put out, man, because they're not, in the grand scheme of things, anything quality. It's more of just a warning shot that she's back and she's getting things off her chest that we've seen her go through if you follow her on Twitter or you follow the news headlines. But it is what it is. Waiting for some new dope stuff from her. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there. And you can go to downloadpass.com, that's down there, to read today's article.